Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. This is our live neighborhood chat. Yeah, I didn't put up a I thank y'all for coming and visiting me today. I'm glad y'all were here. And I'm going to have to tell you all that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will have my neighborhood. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, neighbors. How are y'all doing today? It's rainy here in Mississippi. It has rained every single day. Maybe out of 2 weeks, it hadn't rained 2 days out of 2 weeks. And when I say rain, I mean thunderstorm rain. So, yeah, I've been having to stay inside because, I can't get out when it rains. Um, because of my wheelchair, we hadn't built our sidewalk yet. And let me get on my page. And there we go. How are y'all doing today? I am doing good. Hey, Leon, how are you doing? Welcome in. I like I said, I've been staying in. It's been raining. But thank goodness we did get the garden planted and it is absorbing a lot of rain. James is kind of agitated because he can't get out and pull the weeds and everything in the garden. And he's kind of getting agitated. But I think it's gonna rain. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. Ella, Ella, Ella. That's my girl. Y'all don't forget, Ella and I will be going live Sunday, 4 Central, 5 Eastern, keeping it real. Keeping it real. We always have something to keep it real about. Ella and I do. Hey, Claudette, my dear twin. Love you. Um, so don't forget, keeping it real. The thumbnail's out. So you'll be able to go over there and it's gonna rain all the way through next Monday. And when I say rain, I mean over 50% chance every day. And today's just Wednesday. Thank goodness I don't have a doctor's appointment. That's all I can say. But anyway, the rain's not going to slow me down. I'm going to keep going strong. Y'all need to go over and visit Ella, Ella, Ella. Ella has auctions. That girl is, I think she's getting a pallet tomorrow. She's getting new things tomorrow. She and Victoria are going to be on, well, they were on today, tomorrow, and Friday. Ella don't ever stop. She just keeps going, going, going like the Energizer Bunny. But y'all need to visit Save Here First, where the deals are. You can get deals on that channel. Rapper. I don't think I've ever seen you in here. Welcome. Oh, and there's John, aka John the Reseller, John Lucas. John Lucas has two sisters that he auctions with. They call themselves sisters. You know how we on here on YouTube, we're sister brothers, friends, twins, have all these names for each other, and some of us have bad names for each other. I know. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Welcome in, John. John also, like his name, he's a reseller and he has some nice things. He's also so much fun He goes along with James and I, which we will be traveling soon, John. My granddaughter Berkeley has a dance recital. So we'll be going to spend the weekend with Matt to go to Berkeley's dance recital. I'm excited about it. Taylor used to be in dance, and she used to have a dance recital every year. Yes, he is. We already have blooms on a lot of stuff out there. So I feel like it's going to be a really good garden this year because we hadn't planted for 2 years because we wanted to let the ground rest because we had planted it for like 11 years and it just got depleted. And James would put nutrients back in it, but it was like it was getting depleted more and more. So we didn't plant for 2 years. So we're hoping that this year will be the year that we get a lot of stuff. Uni, your brother's here. Uni is the one that sells with John Lucas. That's one of his sisters on YouTube. I don't know if John keeps Uni and Angela straight or Angela and Uni keep John straight. I don't know. But you will really enjoy their auctions if you go over there and visit them. Go visit them. You don't have to purchase. Go over and be in the chat as long as you're nice. Do not be ugly in the chat. And it's sad that you have to tell adults not to do that. But you know, a lot of adults will literally show out in the chat. Imagine that. I know, it's crazy. So glad to have you, Uni. Claudette, she's the greatest mod. She comes in, she greets everybody, she drops links, she tells everybody to get a snack and a drink. She's awesome. No, y'all can't have her. She's mine. So don't y'all can't have her. Claudette lives in Canada. I don't know if y'all know that, but I wished a million times that she lived here in the States. Now I know she loves her country. I mean, just like we love our country, the United States. But, I'm kind of really wanting her over here by me somewhere, somewhere close. So I could at least within driving distance would be nice. You know, if she lived within driving distance of where I live would be wonderful. But we will meet one day. That's right, John. No drama. No, no, no. N-O. No. With an exclamation. You're welcome, Claudette. I meant every word. Miss Meow Meow. I know you're from Scotland. That's so awesome. That's a place I would like to go. I'm doing good today. I really am. Considering the rain, because when it rains, my body's like, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. But I mean, actually, it's been okay. I got some kind of machinery outside my house here. I don't know what it is. They may be testing the water. I don't know. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it sounds like something crazy. Not sure if they have po' boys or fish fries in Canada. That's another thing. It's my birthday weekend when we go to my son's, and he's already made reservations at a restaurant for us to go to. He's like, okay, give me three ideas of places you would like to eat. So I told him steak and seafood or Chinese or Japanese. So we're gonna eat at one of those restaurants. But he's already made the reservations. Thank you, John. Yeah, don't forget one of these. May 17th. That's on a Saturday. Friday is the 16th, with this mine and James's wedding anniversary, which I'll be married to that man 38 years. 38 years I have been married to that man. Sometimes it seems like, an eternity, and sometimes it seems like just a couple of years. But I often think, if I would have had a 20-year jail sentence or a 30-year jail sentence, I would already be paroled now. But with James, it's a long time. It's a life commitment, you know. And when you're standing before the pastor or the preacher that's marrying you, and he says forever, do you take the Angie to be your wife? Do you take? And he says the words forever. You never think about forever being as long as it really is. You know what I'm saying? But forever is a long time. But I wouldn't take nothing for him. I wouldn't want another one because I've actually got him trained the way I want him. So I don't want to retrain another one for sure. And another one would not put up with me like he does now. It's tit for tat because I know I can be just as aggravating as he is sometimes. Oh, good, John. Awesome. Maybe they're digging a mud pit to throw all the. Maybe they are. I didn't think about that. But you never know about our little small town. I mean, our little small town does the strangest things. We have this one little man, this is no joke. We have this one little man that comes around like every 2 weeks if it's not raining. And he's on this lawnmower like James has. It's got the little turn here, uh zero turn. And he cuts the edges of everybody's yard. And he works for the town. And I don't know why he does that because James always cuts that area in our yard when he cuts our grass. But he does. I mean, I guess that makes him feel like he's helping the town. I don't know. James never says anything to him. He just lets him do it. But our town does some weird stuff. I took a guess. Does John have a birthday this month in May? John, is your birthday in May? Not sure about you getting out of jail. I could see you as a ringleader. John, I don't know if you've ever been in my chat before, but I always, well, not always, but sometimes I've mentioned that I've wanted to be arrested in my lifetime, like the cop car pull up and just handcuff me and throw me in the back of the car, the cop car, to see how it feels to be arrested. And everybody's like, no, you don't. No, you do not want to be arrested. But I figure like maybe riding my wheelchair on the wrong side of the road, interrupting traffic, jaywalking, something like that. But they would probably ticket me for all that. But if I become a Karen when they tried to ticket me and I'm filming, you know how you see those YouTube women that are Karens that policemen try to give them a ticket and they just lose it. So that's the only way I can see that I might get arrested. Unless they could find some, well, paraphernalia on me or something, which I don't think they would, but you know, just say it. Yeah, I know Uni likes to cut grass, don't she? I'm so glad y'all are here. Don't pay your invoice and you can experience it. I can see the Wesson PD knocking on my door. Yeah, we're taking you uptown. There's a John Lucas, aka John the reseller, says that you didn't pay, and he needs you up at the Weston PD to guarantee payment. That would be funny. I have a couple of giveaways today. I haven't done giveaways in a while, but I'm gonna do a couple of giveaways today when we get more people in here. if anybody else shows up. If not, we'll do them with just the few that we have. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I would never call the popo on you. I would barter for some garden goodies. There you go. There you go. Now you're using that lump 3 foot above your honey, John. Hey, Lucy, how are you? Welcome in. There's Lucy. Now Lucy goes live. Now I'm gonna tattle on Lucy a little bit. You can get upset with me later, Lucy, if you want to, but I still love you. But Lucy stays up all kind of hours. She'll stay up 24 hours at a time, and she'll still be like live. Y'all would not want to be around me if I stayed up 24 hours. I'm telling you all, you do not want to be around It's Me Angie if she was to stay up 24 hours. It would not be pretty. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I would not be pretty on the outside or the inside. I cannot do all-nighters and be nice anymore. I used to could do party all night and work all the next day and then come home and sleep for a few hours and then go out again. Those days are long gone. I can't do that. I mean, first of all, I don't have anything to prove. Second of all, I don't have a club to go to. There's no nightclubs around here that I know of. I'm sure there may be, but not for my age. I mean, we used to go to the ones where they would call it a hole in the wall. Our nightclubs would be called holes in the wall. And literally, when you walked in, there were gunshot holes in the wall. Because ours was more of the country, cowboy, line dancing, Hank Williams Jr., Merle Haggard, Conway Twitty, George Jones, that kind of music. Percy Sledge. I'm glad you're doing good, Lucy. Thank you, Claudette, for it's very true or longer. See, how is that even possible? But see, Lucy has youth on her side. Angie does not have youth on her side anymore. No, I do not. I do not. Angie, I'm up all night long too, and I'm not tired. It's weird. Oh, that is weird. I don't know if I'm really tired, which I must be if I stay up long hours because I'm ill. You know? And y'all, it's the strangest thing. Let me tell y'all this. When James comes home from work, I'm ready to tell him everything that happened. And he's tired, so he listens and talks a little bit, but he don't really want to talk. And then in the mornings when he gets up when I don't want to talk, he wants to. And I'm just laying there going, please, Lord, don't. Please let him be quiet. I don't want to hear it. Please don't let him ask me a question. And it's just like we hadn't seen each other the night before, and he just wants to start talking about everything. What happened at work the day before, what he was thinking about this, that, but it's because he's rested and he wants to talk. Well, I'm not rested and I don't want to talk, which I'm usually awake when he leaves to go to work, but I'm not wanting to get in this deep conversation about anything. You know, the most I want you to say to me, good morning. That's the most I want you to say to me. And he goes way beyond that. There's the cool kid of the block. I don't know if y'all know Nora, the stock explorer. She'll always be the cool kid over here at It's Me Angie's neighborhood. She has not been dethroned yet. She walks in here and just is large and in charge. Nora has, let me tell you about Nora. She follows the stock market. She does. She gives advice, but she'll tell you, she's not an expert, and not to, you know, don't take her at her word. Like, if you buy the stock and something happens, don't blame her. She's just going to give you how it did for her to buy that stock. But she's cool, real cool. I'm in the sheets at night, tired for the streets after 8. Yes, I understand that completely, John. I mean, I get that. I really do. Queen Lucy. I would stay up around 36 hours and sleep for around 12. I'm networking and working on my YouTube most of the time. I have a boyfriend now that I sacrifice some of my time away from YouTube. Well, that's good, Lucy. Everybody needs a mate if it's a good one. You know what I'm saying? You need to experience that at least once in your life, which a lot of people have more than when they're dating. They date more than one person. I can't even remember the dating life. I mean, I could stop and really start thinking about the guys I dated, but James and I have been married so long. Oh my gosh, that's been so long ago. And I would hate to think about starting over if something happened to him and start dating again. No, I would probably just not do it. I probably would just travel by myself and that's probably what I would do. I would get a companion to travel with me to help me because I'm in a wheelchair, but I don't think I would do that again. I'm not making any promises, and I would want him to go on too. If something happened to me, I would want him to find somebody else. He's still a young man. He'll be 59 in July. I'll be 58 this month, and we'll both be the same age for a couple of months. And we're 10 months apart. But he's still a young man. I would want him to find somebody else. Well, go in there and look for you a snack. Nora, I got snacks now. You know how to find your way around here. But Nora has a good channel. I do get a couple of hours early in the night, but that's it. I find myself that I can go to sleep quickly when I first go to bed, but I'll sleep. Well, sometimes I can sleep 4 hours straight, which is highly unusual. But most of the time, I sleep 2 to 2.5, wake up. Then I'll stay up an hour or so, or even longer. And then I'll sleep 2 or 3 more hours. And most of the time, I'm awake when James, before his alarm even goes off. And he sets his alarm for 4:30. So I'm usually awake before that his alarm goes off. Yeah, that's true, John. Oh, that's a good question. What does everybody have planned for Mother's Day? Since we're going to Matt's the weekend after Mother's Day, they won't be coming here. I know I'll see Taylor, but I won't see Matt to the next weekend. James will, let's see, he'll be off. James will be off for Mother's Day. So he'll probably, which I'm not his mother, but he might take me out to eat. I don't know. Nora also has the great video of giving strangers yes, she does. Yes, she does. Y'all need to check that out. That is awesome. Oh, I think it's very cool that she does that. Oh my goodness, it's my brother from another mother. He said he sent me a text. What did he send me? I didn't get a text from you. When did you send me a text? I don't see a text. I do. I do. I do like turquoise. I do. I have several turquoise pieces. See, he got me distracted. I was trying to talk about him. Now he's wanting to talk about me. But CJ is, if y'all watch that little short video where I was showing the gifts that I had won and what people sent me, he's the one that sent me the t-shirt with the costume chicken on it. CC, which is his mascot for his channel, which is awesome. He does live sales, thrifting videos, and we're going to meet up May the 19th or the 20th. Probably the 19th, but it could be the 20th. So either day, it doesn't matter. He and I have met up twice before, and we ate, had a good meal, and chit chatted. But he's bringing a friend of his, Betty, which comes into the sale also, and I'm thrilled about meeting her. I can't wait to meet her. But we are going to meet up. I'm excited about it. I got a lot going on in May. I got a lot. We got the weekend at my son's, then meet CJ. Then we're going to the coast the 28th of this month. Wait, no. The day of Memorial Day we leave. I think that's the 26th. But anyway, we're going that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and come home Thursday from the coast. You know, every year we go to the coast and gamble a little bit. So we're going to go there and stay at the IP. That's where we always stay because we can get free rooms. And Taylor and Brent and Lincoln are going to go. But I invited Matt and Haley and the girls, but I'm not sure they're going yet or not. Because, you know, Haley had to take off work when Livy was born, and she used up a lot of her personal time. So I don't know. And Matt is an independent worker, and he works for himself. So I don't know if he'll be able to take off or not, but we'll see. Love you, CJ. When I'm dating a guy, I'm exclusive, and he's the same way. Some guys I've met were not like that and turned out to be trash. I'm not going to name them. Well, you know, Lucy, some people just cannot stay with one person. And that always irritated me, you know. So I completely understand. I don't agree with that. But if two people agree that they're going to date other people, I mean, that's their relationship, you know. But if one person don't want to do it and the other one does, oh, that does not work out at all. Nora don't like bagels? When did we start talking about bagels? I missed that. I love bagels. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, cool kid. Most of them on YouTube channels, believe it or not, the one I'm in a relationship, he has one, but it's not in the networking community. I like to keep him private, and he does too. Let me tell you something. The less people know about your relationship, the better you are off. Do not tell anybody about it. Now, after like mine, been married 38 years, I mean, my gosh, if somebody wants him, all I can say is come pick him up. You know what I'm saying? But the cards and letters are going to keep coming in. You know, it's like I always tell him, you'll never be able to afford another Mrs. James A. Smith as long as I'm alive. Now, if she has a lot of money, you're good to go. But if not, you'll never be able to afford another one because, I mean, I've been with you all these years. You're going to have to pay me out, you know? And that's just the way it's going to roll. I am going to do some giveaways. Oh, you gave Nora a bagel for a snack. What kind of snacks do you like, Nora? I think you're doing the right thing, Lucy, by just keeping your relationship on the down low. You know, don't be. I wouldn't talk about it, especially on YouTube. People are on YouTube. I mean, some of them are just like there's not enough string on a rod and reel that you can throw out on a lake to reel these people in. There's just not enough string because they are out there. And you think to yourself, where did these people come from? Am I the one that's weird? Because you start thinking to yourself, is that the norm? Am I the one that's really weird? And then you come back to reality and you're like, no, I'm not the one that's weird. What's the world's most expensive thing? An ex-wife, yes. Especially a scorned ex-wife. That is really. Oh, there's April. How are you doing? Oh, Millie. You're texting for your mom? It's so good to see you, April. I love you. I hope you're doing better. Y'all keep April in your prayers. Um, she's had some health issues. And y'all just keep her in your prayers. She's the sweetest thing. Just love April. Oh, she's watching me. Okay. Love you, April. So glad that you're here with us. So glad you're here. When we get up to about 16 people, if we get up in about 16 people in the next few minutes, I'm going to do a giveaway. But anyway, I'm just so happy, April, that you're here. Don't forget, Ella and I'll be doing Keeping It Real on my channel Sunday night, 4 Central, 5 Eastern. And, we talk about any and everything on Keeping It Real. But we always have a good chat. Thursday night, which is tomorrow night, Josie and I will be doing our the calm before the storm, 4 Pacific time and 6 Central time on Josie's channel, Josie's Place. Y'all don't forget that. The thumbnails are out for both of these shows. Thank you, John. Oh, you're so sweet. Hey, Christina, how are you? How's the garden? Christina's got a garden going. Oh, y'all, James has planted stuff that we've never even planted before. Now, we put stuff up in the freezer that we hadn't had in our garden before and we got from other people. But he's planted stuff like we've never tried to grow broccoli. Um, we've never had butter beans in our garden. We've never had pole beans, which is actually string beans. A lot of people didn't know what I was talking about when I said pole beans. James has his panels up now. I don't think I've had a chance to film the garden since he had his metal panels up. I may have. I may have put a video out of his panels, where the cucumbers grow up and the tomatoes grow up on these panels. So you won't have to stoop down and dig for the cucumbers and all that. So glad you're here, Christina. That's my sister too. John, she is here. Her brother passed, and we have the funeral Saturday. So the super. She is the superwoman. My mom don't let anything get her down, not even brain surgery. Oh, I know that. She is a strong woman. Can't stay long. Ray and I are going to help his co-worker move. Her husband passed on Monday. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry to hear that. I will be praying for that coworker. Oh my goodness. Yes, prayers for Millie and her mom. Miss Claudette, she has been asking about you guys. She misses you guys so much. Yeah, April used to come in the chat all the time and speak to everybody, and she's a Christian lady. You know, she has a lot of faith. John, she wanted to call you, but I don't know the number. Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet. I love this community. Everybody, now you'll have a few that's going to disrupt, but most everybody is just so loving and caring and kind, especially in my chat. Now, every once in a while, I have a mishap, but for the most part, my chat stays pretty clean. You know. Oh, oh, that'd be nice, John. That'd be nice. Oh, my daughter, of course, had brain surgery back on April the 12th, and they replaced her shunt. You know, her VP shunt, and her neurosurgeon said usually it's 12 weeks that they suggest that you be off work for 12 weeks after that surgery. Well, she goes back to her 2 week checkup, and this little thing is going back to work Monday, and it's only been 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. So she's not staying out the whole 12. But I told her if she got too tired or overdone it, that she would need to come home and take care of herself, that job would be there. And even if it wasn't, there's more jobs out there to be found. You know, I always went into the premise of when I was at a job, I was looking for a job when I found that job. So no one was gonna bully me into thinking that's the only job in the world there was that I could do. You know, I was like, I was looking for a job when I found this job. So I'm gonna say what I want to say, which I've always been that way. Oh yeah, we miss her. If you guys call her to speak, her speech is not back, so be patient with her. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely we'll be patient. Radazzle, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, that's true. At April's house. Oh, okay. John knows all about it. That is mom. She's pushing herself to get back quicker. Yeah. That's just like my physical therapist came yesterday, and I'm about to get my AFO, which is the brace that goes on my right foot, that where we can start taking steps that looks like I'm walking, you know, instead of scooting. And I'm standing up over 7 minutes now. When they first started coming, I was standing up 45 seconds. That's all I could stand. And that's holding on to something. I was standing 45 seconds, not even a minute. Now I'm standing over 7 minutes. And so we were talking about getting my AFO, which is a brace. Well, the last AFO I had didn't have a shoe built in it. You've seen these ugly braces that has this, like a Forrest Gump kind of look, and it's got the shoe built into the brace, which I don't care what it looks like as long as it helps me walk. I'm really not into what it looks like anymore. That ship's done sailed. I don't care. But anyway, he was telling me it's going to be heavier than what I'm used to, and to not get discouraged. I mean, it's not going to be like picking up a 50-pound sack of, or a 5-pound sack of potatoes, but it's going to feel different on my foot because it's going to have a shoe and it's a brace. And I hadn't had one in a while. I hadn't had an AFO. I used to walk with one everywhere. I would walk with the AFO. That's what I started off with. But anyway, he was trying to encourage me he was giving me the heads up on what to expect. And I said, well, here's the deal about me. When I first put it on, I'm going to whine and I'm going to say nasty things and I'm going to be agitated and I'm going to get it all out of my system. But once I had my 5 minutes, I'm going to be good to go. I said, you can ask James. If somebody has wanted me to do something I didn't want to do, I would just be so ill for about 5 minutes. Oh, I don't want to do this. This is aggravating. And I might say a few choice words. And then about 5 minutes later, I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go. We got this. Let's do it. I mean, that's just the type of person I am. Let's see what's going on. John, she said your messages and crying. She said, where is Scarlett and Angela? Angela is at the office and Uni is at home. Uni was just in here. I think she's mixing up Scarlett with Stephanie. Yeah. But I know who she is talking about. Sending good vibes, yes. Oh, thank you, John. You're so sweet. I'm sorry, I don't understand what she is saying, John. Maybe she gets confused bad. It will just be some time, Millie. Yes, I always loved the name Millie. I used to have a friend in school named Millie. Her name was Millie Malone. Millie Malone, that was her name. Yeah, 7 minutes. Oh my gosh, y'all. I think back now about working all day and not even thinking twice about walking and standing and all that. And now, because I'm paralyzed in my pelvic area, it's what the worst problem I have is I'm paralyzed in my pelvic area. Like when I sleep, I can't turn from side to side because I'm paralyzed in my pelvic area and down my right leg. But most of your strength where you stand comes from your pelvic area. And I'm so weak. That's what causes me not to be able to walk and not to be able to endure the ability to stand for a long time. But they can strengthen my muscles, even though the nerves are not good. They can strengthen the muscles around my nerves. So that will give me some ability to stand longer, endure the ability to walk a few steps more, is to build those muscles up because the nerve won't ever come back. I mean, the nerves are shot. Oh, you're named after your grandmother? Oh, that's awesome. I'm at home, got my doctor's visit done for the week, and now I get back to selling. Oh, I know. I get so tired of going to doctors. I can't express to y'all. I never thought I would start going to doctors this early in my life. You figure when you get older, you'll go to doctors, the older you get. But oh my gosh, I'm so tired of going. Oh, that's sweet. I have a endocrinologist, a neurologist, a heart doctor, a general practitioner doctor, a gynecologist. Uh, what other doctor do I have? A podiatrist, uh, an eye doctor. I mean, who in the world has that many doctors at 57 years old? It's ridiculous. And before I contracted this autoimmune disease, I never went to the doctor. I never was sick. I went to my female doctor once a year. That was the only place I went. The rest of the time, I was just free as all get out. Now I have 7, and if I thought about it, I would probably have 8 or more. It's just crazy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They love to see me coming too. They love to see me coming. Plus, now I've had home health coming to my house for I know over 6 months. I've had home health coming. That means a nurse practitioner, a nurse, a physical therapist, which they said I could get an occupational therapist if I wanted it. But that's the ones that deal with your hands, which I'm numb from here. It's about right here now, about to right there on my fingers. I'm numb. I have neuropathy in my hands and arthritis. I have arthritis worse in the right hand than I do the left hand. But it's okay. I don't know if I told you all this or not, but when Taylor had her surgery, they took blood, and when they tested her blood, it showed that she had levels. They test levels for like autoimmune diseases. Well, her levels were high, and now they're sending her to a rheumatologist. Check for lupus, and well, I just pray she does not have sarcoidosis. But I told her to make sure that she told them that her mother suffered from sarcoidosis, because they will not be looking for that in white females. It just does not happen. So it's highly rare in white females to get sarcoidosis. So I told her to make sure that she told them that her mother had sarcoidosis, neuro and cardio sarcoidosis. And I told James, I said, I just pray she doesn't have sarcoidosis. They have one for telling the tea. Hey, Michael, how are you? All right, looks like we're going to be steady with this many, so I'm going to do a giveaway. It's only 11 of y'all in here. I don't ship out of the country. You will have to send me your address, because I don't know if I told y'all what happened. Hey, Barbara, welcome in. I have not. I saw Jennifer's video of him when he was in the hospital, but that's all I saw. And plus, she said he was supposed to be going to a rehab, but I don't think she's posted any more videos or anything. If you hear something, Barbara, you let me know, and I'll let you know if I hear anything. Hey, Lena. Lena has a good channel too. Y'all have to go there and check her out. Red Road. She's awesome. I'm gonna do a giveaway, but like I said, uh, I lost all my emails. Did I tell y'all I woke up one morning and all my emails were gone? I mean, I was freaking out. I don't know if Gmail had a glitch. I don't know if I dreamed it that I deleted them and I really deleted. I don't know. They were all gone. So I don't have anybody's address now. Oh, that's nice, Michael. Hey, Pamela. I know, Barbara. I know. I'm very concerned. I am very concerned about him too. Yeah, they come out of the woodworks, don't they, John? Okay, so I always give choice when I do giveaways. So what we have is this is a soap that is brown sugar, which smells really good. And I have this Pixie um Hello Kitty makeup palette. Isn't that cute? Look at that. That is the cutest thing. Let me show y'all the inside. Never been used. Look at that down there. Oh, I touched it. Well, it's got like a little but it's got Hello Kitty right there on the bottom. And it's got the mirror. So it's gonna be a choice between the soap and the and this makeup palette. So if you're from another country, you can gift it to someone if you win. So we have 13 people in here. Hold on, let's see who else. Claudette says she'll be right back. Oh, there's Josie. Josie, welcome in. I was just talking about you. Was your ears burning? I was talking about our show tomorrow night. Going to be on your channel. The calm before the storm, and our topic is going to be about integrity. So it's going to be very interesting. Josie and I always have a really good time doing our little and it's every month. 1 month it's on her channel, the next month it's on my channel. We just started this, but it's really turned out really, really good. I've really enjoyed it. But you gotta love Josie. I mean, if you don't know Josie, you're living under a rock. But you have to check her channel out. She has 2 channels, Josie Cares and Josie's Place. Oh, did everything go okay, Lena? I know, Josie. I'm excited about it. Okay, we're gonna do the giveaway. We're gonna go 1 through. All right, a makeup palette and soap. That's choice. All right, let's see. Oh, that's great, Lena. Okay. 1 through. Hold up. Let me get a number. Hold up. My little baby girl has lost some of my bingo balls that I used to draw. Berkeley, Gigi couldn't tell her she couldn't play with them. And now they're hidden somewhere in this room. But let me write a number down. All right. Hold on. Got my little owl pad. Okay. All right, I got the number right here. So we're going to go 1 through. Oh, that'd be a good idea. All right, guys. And if nobody gets it right on the number, it'll be the number before that number. And if we don't have anybody that comes before that number, it'll be the first number after. Everybody get in there now. Remember, you can gift this. You don't have to think, well, I don't want those two things, so I'm not playing. But you can play, and if you win, you can gift it to somebody in the chat. You know, it's always good to give things. Giving is wonderful. I'll give it a few minutes. Y'all, I have to confess something. James, when he works days, like he's worked for 7 days, this is his last day. He's actually worked 7 straight days. Y'all, I have enjoyed being here by myself. I know that sounds so bad, but I get so much done when he's working days and I'm here by myself. And I get to do anything I want to do. But anyway, that's a story for another day, but I'm just telling y'all. And last night I said, "Oh, you just have one more day to work?" I know that sounded so bad. All right. Has everybody got their number in? Hey, Jessica. All right. All right. Now, this isn't the only giveaway I'm going to do. I'm going to do another one, but this is the first one. The number is 12. Isn't that the cutest little owl? I love owls. The number is 12. I think everybody went high. Oh, Josie got 6. I think Josie's the lowest number we have. Michael missed it by 1 number. Josie, I think you're the winner. I know Josie probably don't want this. She sent this to me. Josie sent this to me. She sent me 2 of them. I kept one of them for me. It's the cutest thing. She probably wants the soap. Josie, do you want the soap? It smells good. It is brown sugar. You can put it by your sink and wash your hands with it. You want me to send you the soap? Or you can gift it to somebody. Is Josie still here? She may have went to get something to drink. Let's see. Oh, send to Lena. Lena, which one do you want? Do you want the soap? Do you want the brown sugar soap, or do you want the makeup palette? Okay, I'll send you the soap. That is awesome. Thank you, ladies. So anyway, we're going to play a little. Yeah, so yeah. Play a little trivia and talk about things. Yeah, if I don't go to the eye doctor, and I don't know what they do after trifocals. I mean, I really don't know where you go after trifocals. I don't know what the next step is. I guess they just strengthen your trifocals. I don't know. Is that what they do? They strengthen your trifocals? Does anybody know? Okay, this is the first one, and I think there's going to be a couple of you that know this answer. I know one in particular is probably going to know the answer to this question. What is the only bird that is known to fly backwards? Oh no, Josie, are you serious? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Because my eyes, and I know it's the steroids. I know the steroids have messed my eyes up. All right, Claudette says it's the hummingbird. What is the only bird known to fly backwards? You know, I have a cousin, and we always used to say his glasses were like Coke bottles. You know, the bottom of a Coke bottle, the glass Coke bottle. It looked like that's how thick his lens were. You know what I'm saying? Which he didn't think nothing about it. We wasn't really making fun of him. We just made a comment, man, your glasses are as thick as Coke bottles. But I mean, finally he got contacts. Can you imagine making contacts for somebody that wore glasses that thick? All right, we got hummingbird, cardinal, hummingbird. Drum roll, please. Hummingbird flies backwards. I figured Josie would get it because Josie loves hummingbird. Y'all, I have enjoyed my bird feeder so much. And I got a new bird that's coming to the feeder, but I can't get a video of it. Every time the bird comes, I'm distracted doing something else, and by the time I get my camera ready to film it, I don't know if it sees the shadow of me moving up to the window, which is probably it. Undoubtedly, they can't hear my wheelchair going up to the window. Undoubtedly, they can't. But every time I go close to the window to film it, it flies off. And then I got those little thieving squirrels that come up and eat the food. Josie loves them. Oh, I don't know if I told y'all this. Um, my neighbor over here, that my Miss Pat, Mr. Bob, that moved out several months ago into an assisted living home, she passed away. And his son was over there the other day. And James went over there and asked him about that thing in the backyard. I've made a little short video. It used to be a swing that's set out under it, but it's like it's got a little top on it, and it's got wooden legs. He told James to move it over here into our yard so I could put hummingbird feeders on it. He gave it to us. So this time that James is off work, he's going to move it over here so I can put hummingbird feeders on that thing. It's going to be cool. My hummingbird is sitting on her net. Oh, she's back, Josie. Oh, I hope you get a video of that. Oh, that's awesome. She had babies last year at your house, didn't she? It seems you get that squirrel to it seems you get squirrel to your feet. Y'all, I'm not kidding. Now she, which is a girl, is bringing her little friend. There were two of them on there the other day, and I was like, no, something's got to give. Which I don't want to deprive them of food either. But I mean, they don't just eat a little bit and run off. They are little pigs. They will sit there and eat and eat and eat until I tap on the window and say, go, you've had enough. I mean, they just will not stop eating. Lucy's still here. Oh, cardinals have been coming to my feeder. And somebody put on there that what I thought was a female cardinal was a finch. I think that's what it said. I thought it was a female cardinal. But then I got to looking. I think the female cardinal is a little different than that one. And she's been coming too. I just hadn't been able to get a video of her. I knew I was getting old when I started loving to watch birds, which it was probably in my 40s when I really started paying attention to birds. Thank you, Jessica. I know. Oh, you go, Josie. You little rebel, you. You go. Yeah, Josie and I could have hung out in our earlier years. She's a little rebel. Yeah, she is. They took her little privilege of having a bird feeder. Can you imagine? She's got this patio, and the complex that she lives in, the apartment complex, says that she can't have a hummingbird feeder. Now, how ridiculous is that? She's being a little rebel. I like that, Josie. You only live once. You have a nice life. I will try to come again. And all right, Barbara, you let me know if you hear anything from Russell. That's great, Josie, but the dumbest pop, I know it. It's just crazy. I've been terrified of owls since the owl story I heard in Here, Angie. Oh no, Michael. Oh no. Bless your heart. My email is in my about page, Barbara. So you'll be able to email me. See, to me, and I think if I'm not mistaken, and Josie can correct me if I am, but I think um her complex, I think she said the youngest person that lives in her complex is 55. But when you get that age, you want to be able to grow plants, you want to watch birds, you want to watch any kind of wildlife and outside your home. And why are they taking that away from these people now? I could see if it was a young person's complex, like an apartment building, that they wouldn't take care of the stuff. Like they would try to have something outside and dump it over and not keep it clean, and they didn't have time to do it. Like if they were in their 20s and 25, they might keep their patio junked up because they partied or whatever. But I mean, people that are senior citizens, why would you want to take that away from them? You're right, Josie, it is. Seems to me like they're wanting people to move. Like they want them to move out. All right. Some of these are like, are you smarter than a fifth grader? All right, let's see how many people know science. The only reason that that would make sense is if Josie had bears in her area. We had to in our old town because of the birds coming to our yard and eating the seed. Had bears coming. Ooh, now Michael want to talk about being afraid over the owls. The bears would scare me. She said, I live in a city, no bears. But y'all, I don't know if y'all watched that video of James showing the deer tracks in the garden where he insinuated that we was going to have pot roast and beans. I don't know if y'all saw that video. It was the one where he narrated it, the second video that he narrated. And it was deer tracks. And he alluded to the facts. He said, oh, come here, let me show y'all this. And he pointed at the deer tracks. And he said, that's pot roast right there. Pot roast and beans. He pointed at the green beans. He's crazy. But No, they come right to us, just not when their babies are with them. Oh, I bet they're real protective. Like a mama bear. They call we mamas mama bears. Oh, or should I say us mamas? Call us. Yeah. All right, Jessica. Have a good evening. Um, but deer come up. There was some in our front yard. Our neighbor sent James a text and said, "You have deer in your front yard right now." And we couldn't get out there fast enough to get a video of them, because if we would have opened the front door, they would have just ran. But we had deer. We had two big does standing there in our front yard. And y'all seen my front yard. I mean, I live around a lot of houses, and we had deer come up in the front yard. It's crazy. All right. What is the first element in the periodic table? Now, y'all all know what the periodic table is. It's where all your elements are, like water and carbon monoxide and oxygen and nitrogen. And, you had to learn it when you were in science class. You had to learn all those elements. All right. Claudette says hydrogen. Y'all can take a guess. There's no judgment here. Claudette, it looks like you're the only one that's going to take a stab at it. Which you would be right. It is hydrogen. It is. Okay, what is entomology the study of? entomology. Entomology. En. What is it the study of? Entomology. Entomology. Y'all know that? I'm gonna give y'all something easy. Claudette says nature. It's the study of insects. You were close, Claudette. In what year was the Berlin Wall knocked down? Now, I will give y'all a hint. It was during the time that Ronald Reagan was president. The Berlin Wall. Y'all know what year? Some of y'all may be so young, y'all don't remember that. The Berlin Wall. I can remember it just like it was yesterday. There's just, hey, Lisa, how are you doing? There's Lisa Funds Finds. She has auctions. Lisa lives in Texas, where everything's bigger in Texas. She's the cutest little thing, and she has the funniest laugh ever. When I go into her auction and she laughs, I laugh because it's just the cutest laugh. You ever heard somebody laugh and it makes you laugh because they laugh? It's so funny. The answer to the trivia question is 1989. Now, I would be married 2 years in 1989 because I got married in 1987. So the 80s seemed like yesterday to me. I mean, I think back, the 80s doesn't seem like that long ago. But the 80s were a while ago. Okay. The 80s were like really a long time ago. Because I'll be married 38 years in this month. And that was in 87. That means I'll be out of high school 40 years this year. Oh my goodness, I just thought about that. 40 years I'll be out of high school. People used to say to me they'd been out of school 40 years when I was younger, and I would go, 40 years. And now I'm the one sitting here. I have been out of high school for 40 years. I just thought about that. James's was last year. I'm surprised that James and them didn't have a 40th class reunion because they had a 30th. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. And we had a wonderful time at his 30th. I don't go to my high school class reunions. I don't go. I no. Y'all would just have to know my class. It was just like, no. No. My class was a drama class, and I don't care for drama. I was so ready to get out of there when I graduated. I said, when I left, I have never wanted to go back to high school. Now, you see some people, and I don't judge them for this, they talk about, oh, I'd go back to high school. I loved it. It wasn't that I didn't love it. It was just, I was so tired of all the drama. And then what happens? You realize that drama follows you. That no matter how old someone is, they still have drama. Just like here on YouTube, drama, 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 drama. Come on, people. No, stop it. Nikki C. Thank you. Nikki, have you ever been Angie, you're still young. Thank you, Josie. Nikki, have you ever been to my channel? So if I've been out 40 years this year, I know James has not even thought about that. All right, I'm about to do another giveaway. Lena was gifted the first one by Josie. This one is a choice, but let me show y'all this. Men, you won't be interested in this, but you can give it to your girlfriend, or you can gift it to somebody in the channel, or you may be interested in it. I don't know. There's no judgment here. Oh, you found me. Oh, I've been found. Thank you. I'm so glad you found me. We have this. This is some real, I think it's expensive. Marc Jacobs fingernail polish. I got this from Ella. This has never been used. Really nice fingernail polish. I got 2 of them, so I kept one. And it's a choice between that and let me show y'all this. Well, if I can get this has never been used either. Which I wore red lipstick today, Josie. I don't know if you can tell or not. I used to not like red lipstick. Or I did have red fingernail polish on, but I changed my fingernail polish. I used to never wear red. But now, the older I get, I like red. So, it's this lip balm lipstick. Look at that. It's a real pretty neutral color. Really pretty. So it's going to be a choice between, Josie. Which, if y'all go over to Josie's channel, this woman is always dressed up. I mean, she's dressed to the nines. She's got her hair done. She's got earrings on. She's got lipstick, makeup. a statement necklace, jewelry. Just go over and watch her channel. You'll see what she wears. Nikki and Ella were and Victoria was saying that they were talking about her when they met up this weekend. You know, those three ladies met up. Can you imagine what was said? But I don't know if I want to know or not. I imagine it was a lot of fun. They had a good meal too. I watched them. They were eating out at a restaurant, and Nikki had a bigger steak than what she is. She said it took her 3 days to eat the steak. I can imagine. I'm sure Nikki don't eat a lot at one time anyway. She probably nibbles at her food. But anyway, we got a choice of the fingernail polish or the lip balm this time. And like I said, if you don't use it, you can gift it to somebody, or if I send it to you, you can give it to your mama, your sister, your best girl, your niece, your granddaughter. So, but just remember, you have to send me your address. And you have to live within the United States. I don't ship out of the United States. So let's go. People are leaving us. 1 through 15. We'll make it easy. Let me write down. Don't let me look at the chat. Let me write down a number. First number that comes to my mind. Okay. All right. I wrote it down. Here it is. Hey, Tuber Chat. Y'all need to go over there and connect with Tuber Chat. When I go in his chat, he's got people. And he's trying to speak to everybody and, you know, do whatever he needs to do. I don't see how he keeps up with all that. Get your numbers in, get your numbers in, get your numbers in. I can't wait to see my girls on the 17th. Oh, that Libby is getting so big, and she is the sweetest baby. I don't know if y'all saw Lincoln's school picture, the picture they took at the daycare. Oh my goodness. The teacher said it took the lady 30 minutes to get one picture of him, to get him to sit down and be still. It took her 30 minutes to snap one good picture. And the only way they got him to sit down was to give him his blanket. He is like Linus on Charlie Brown. He has this certain blanket that he wants to drag around with him all the time. And of course, he takes a binky. So he has a binky in his mouth and he's got his blanket. I told Taylor, I said, you should have named him Linus. Because, and I'm going to tell y'all, he's all boy. He's all boy. He's so different from Berkeley and Libby. Because he reminds me of Matt. He's into everything. He wants to know how things work. He's climbing. He's jumping. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've seen it. I'll show it to y'all in a minute when I do this giveaway. All right. Let's put the magic word in here. All right. The number is number 9. Number 9. Let's see who got it. We got a 5. Oh, Claudette got 8. 10. Josie, you was close again. Woo. 13. So it looks like Claudette, she'll be gifting it to someone because she lives in Canada. I'll let her decide who she wants to gift it to. And I want to show y'all this picture. Oh, Josie, that's a good picture you put on. Let me go to my page. Oh, and find that picture of my man. My Lincoln. Taylor, I have it on hers. There it is. Look. There's his blanket. Y'all see his blanket? That look that there's it. He drags that blanket around with him everywhere he goes. And I don't know if y'all can tell it, but in his hand, they had to give him a goldfish. You know those little cracker that like a fish? And he's holding a goldfish in his hand and his blanket. I'm surprised it wasn't his beak. He is so sweet. And he can say Gigi now, and it's the cutest thing. Y'all grandbabies are the best. Oh, you want to give it to Nora? I don't think Nora wears makeup. I tried to give Nora. I tried to gift Nora, but she may have a significant other she might want to give it to. Is Nora still here? If not, I'll message her. I'll message her, and she might have a significant other that she wants to give it to. That's what I'll do. Oh, you want to give it to Lisa? Lisa, do you want the lipstick or the nail polish? Do you want the lipstick or the nail polish? Oh, I know. Being a Gigi, y'all, there's nothing like grandbabies. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, Lisa. Let me write this down. Claudette won it and she gifted it to Lisa. Claudette to Lisa Sponge Fry. Claudette wins all the time, and bless her heart, she's off in Canada, and she says, "Don't send it; it's too expensive." I don't think. Well, you never know, but I don't think we'll have another grandbaby for 2 or 3 more years until Lincoln. Maybe I'm hoping she'll let Lincoln get 3.5 or 4 because she says she wants another one. But I'm hoping she'll let him get 3.5 to 4 years old because once she has another one, he's not the baby anymore. He's not the baby. But Matt and Haley can't have any more. So that's not happening. They're not going unless it's just like God comes down and just it's a miracle. But I have an opportunity to have at least one more grandbaby, which I'm like, have as many as y'all want, you know. Thank you, Lisa. I'll put my email in the chat. I have to tell y'all this story. Let me put this in here. I can't do but one thing at a time. Well, if it's not SRJ Wildcat, welcome in. Welcome in, my friend. So Taylor worked with this guy at the last branch she was at in where she works at a financial place. And he and his wife could not get pregnant. Now y'all have heard this story over and over with different people about what I'm about to say. Well, they fostered this little girl, and I think her name's Amaya. They still have her. They still have this little girl. that they were foster and they want to adopt her. But I kept telling Taylor, you need to give them the same advice that I gave you. Just forget about it. Because they couldn't find any reason why they couldn't get pregnant. I said, they're trying too hard. Just tell them to just relax and forget about it, and she'll get pregnant. Well, they get this little foster girl, and they've had her almost a year now. He texted Taylor or called her and told her that his wife is 6 weeks pregnant. So she got her mind off of it, was focusing on that little girl. I think that little girl's like 3 years old that they're fostering. And yep, that's when it happens. They took their mind right off of trying to get pregnant, and boom, she's 6 weeks pregnant now. But I think they're still going to try to adopt the little girl. They done got so attached to her. That is, if they allow them to, and the child don't get to go back to the parents, because here in this state, they want to reconcile the child back to the parent if all possible. I mean, they do. And sometimes that scares me when they do that. I don't think that's right, especially if the child's been abused or neglected or anything. And she has 6 other siblings. This little girl that they're fostering right now, she has 6 other siblings. So she's number 7. I don't see how the woman is taking care of them anyway. Oh, I have too, Claudette. I have seen that happen so often. That's why I was telling Taylor when she and Brent couldn't get pregnant, and the doctors kept telling Taylor, "Oh, you'll probably never have children." I said, "Tyler, quit believing that. Quit believing them. They're human just like you. Don't. It's up to the good Lord whether you have a child or not, and the fact if you have relations, there's a chance you can get pregnant. So don't even think about what the doctor says." And lo and behold, Lincoln's here now. Doctors have been so wrong about things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, they're right in some cases, but in a lot of cases, they're wrong to tell. And why would a doctor tell a patient that unless they knew 100% that devastated Taylor when the doctor told her, "Well, you probably won't ever be able to have children." Probably won't be ever. Well, all Taylor heard was never. I'm never going to be able to have children. That's all she heard. Which, if I would have went with her to that doctor's appointment, that's what I cannot stand about being in a wheelchair. Is when something happens to one of my children, I can't go to them. Just like when Taylor had the episode at work, and James went, and I had to stay at home. It That's when I get upset about being in a wheelchair. It's when I can't go to my children when I think they need me. After fostering a little boy for many months, I became pregnant for our last child, and we told I couldn't have the last. We were told I couldn't have the last 2. I have addressed that subject on my other channel. Have you, Josie? I haven't seen that video. I know it's terrible to tell a patient that. Yes, doctors do make a lot of mistakes. Absolutely. But the way I feel about that, I, I've always questioned doctors, and I've always questioned pastors, preachers at a church. But it always astounded me that people would sit in church and they would listen to the preacher preach, and they would just take everything he said to, "Oh yeah, he knows everything he said. He's right about." But I've been in congregations in church, and the pastor would be preaching on something, and I would go, And my inside of me would be like, that doesn't sound right. That no, I don't think that's really the way that happened. And I would come home and I would seek it out for myself. And sure enough, he'd be wrong, but I wouldn't judge him for it because he's as human as I am. But you can't always take what the doctor says or your pastor says or anybody. You need to seek it out for yourself and find out for yourself. Oh, yes, I made a video of my life and the mistakes the doctors made. Oh, I'll have to go watch that. Hey, Melinda, how are you doing? Welcome in. Hey, Zane. I don't know if Zane's with you or not. Is it time for school to be out? It may be. Who is this calling me? Now, y'all, I get these calls all the time. Look, United States. It's the United States calling me for? Lord have mercy. And I was trying to watch Josie's auction the other day. I hadn't got a call all day. Nobody had called me. Now I get texts through the day. Matt a text me, Taylor a text, my sister a text, sometimes James a text, the lady that cleans my house a text me. I get text messages. But as soon as I started watching Josie and Pam's auction, everybody started calling. Doctors returning calls, nurses calling me, setting up appointments, want me to donate to the Mississippi Highway Patrol thing. And another thing they wanted me to donate. I got another call. And I told them on Josie's auction, I said, nobody has called all day. And now I want to watch this auction. Everybody's calling. Zane's a sweetheart. I love pizza too. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I Pizza Hut used to be a really good pizza to me. I always enjoyed it. They've changed it. I don't know what they've done to it, but it just does not taste the same. So we get our pizzas from Domino's now. I don't even go back to Pizza Hut. Little Caesars, all theirs is bread and cheese. So I really don't want it. We don't really have a lot of pizza places to choose from. We have Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Domino's. I'm trying to think if we have another one. I don't live in a real big place to get really good pizza. SRJ said pizza does not sound bad. Look, I'm going to tell y'all something. So, Matt is very particular about what Berkeley eats. Okay. I don't judge him for it. He does control her sweets, which I'm glad he does. But there's certain foods that they don't even want her to eat, like a corn dog, a hot dog. It's something else. I can't remember what the other thing is. Well, Haley doesn't like hot dogs, but I don't think you should deprive your child of trying a food just because you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I think you should give them the opportunity to decide whether they like the food or not. And don't get me wrong, hot dogs are not healthy for you. And I'm pretty sure corn dogs aren't either. So, Pizza Hut is what we've always eaten, but it is not the same. Domino's stinks, but would rather have a Little Caesars than Domino's. Gotcha. I live in the country now, so it's limited, but my son used to love Cece. Now, I have eaten at Cece's Pizza. Hey, Johnny, welcome in. Y'all all know the Cajun Root reseller. He had his hump day auction today. I was in there. It was good. He had a lot of good sellers in there, resellers in there. It was really good. Y'all have to go over. And he has a morning show that we always wake up to. I don't trust doctors. My daughter was real ill at 2, and they told us because of the fever and now on full life support she'd be a vegetable if she came through it all and wanted us to unplug her. Oh no. That had to be horrible. I like hot dogs too, but none in the house. My better half loves hot dogs. I'd rather have a hamburger. Yeah, I would too, but what I was going to say, Matt's that way about Berkeley. He doesn't want her to have hot dog. I think it's processed food, you know. But I asked Taylor the other day, was she going to allow Lincoln to eat hot dogs and corn dogs? And you just have to know my children are polar opposites. I mean, they come from the same two people, but they're just opposites. And I said, your brother don't allow Berkeley to have food. And she rolled her eyes. I thought they were going to go in the back of her head. And she said, no, Mama. Lincoln will eat hot dogs and corn dogs. Don't worry about it. And just rolled her eyes. She said, you know how your son is. She always talks about how he is. Gluten-free pizza is terrible. Oh, I can't even imagine. But I know the way Josie talks, some of the gluten-free things are good. I think she found an ice cream that was good. I think she told that on her auction. At one time she found an ice cream that was good. Hey, Susie Woozy Doozy Hoozy, what you doing? There's Susie Woozy. That's the funniest name. I love that name. How are you? Offering Johnny a snack. She's now 33 and has no issues, graduated, went to college. Yeah, you're right. Look at Taylor. She had hydrocephalus when she was born, but they found it on my sonogram when I was 9 months pregnant. It's so weird because I had a sonogram at 28 weeks. I only had 12 weeks to go. Everything was fine. I went in for them to schedule to induce me. They thought she was breech. So they did it. They just happened to do a sonogram. And when they did, they found the hydrocephalus. So from 28 weeks to 40 weeks, she developed fluid on her brain. Now you tell me how that's possible. I mean, I didn't do anything different, And when you have hydrocephalus, it's a result of something. Like, you're not supposed just to have hydrocephalus. When you have hydrocephalus, you usually have a brain tumor, a brain cyst, a brain bleed, something else is going on. Spina bifida, open spine. In order for you to have hydrocephalus, it's a result of something else. So they couldn't find out why she had it. Still don't know why she has it. They flew a doctor in from New York to see if he could figure out why she had hydrocephalus and didn't have any other issues. But she had nothing wrong with her motor skills. She played basketball and softball. She graduated with a 4.0 from University of Southern Mississippi. I mean, she had no learning disabilities. So, I mean, they were telling me, the nurse looked at me and said, now, we may not let you see your baby when she's born because some mothers reject their infants if they have a visual defect. Now, she's looking at James like I wasn't even there. And that upset me to begin with. because I was the one having the baby. And she looked at him and said, "We probably won't let her see her baby when she's born because of that reason." So I didn't look at her. I looked at James and said, "Tell her." I did. I said, "Tell her that I will see my baby and I will hold my baby and I'm not going to reject my baby." And the nurses stood there like, "Okay." And of course, when Taylor was born, had they not found it on the sonogram, you would have never looked at Taylor and been able to see there was anything wrong with her. They would have measured the circumference of her head, and it was only a centimeter off what it was supposed to be. So they would have thought she just has a larger head, and they wouldn't have done a sonogram, and it would have just kept building up fluid and building up fluid. And before I knew probably there was something wrong, she would have damage, brain damage. So it was like a miracle that they found it on my sonogram and took care of it. So when she was 12 days old, she got a shunt, the VP shunt, put in at 12 days old. So here I am at the elevator with all these doctors, and I'm thinking I'm going down to the operating room and just going to hand her to them at the operating room. When we get to the elevator, the nurse reaches to me and goes, and I look at her like she's crazy. And she said, "No, ma'am, this is as far as you can go. You can't go down with us." So I'm turning my 12-day-old baby over to this nurse to take down to this operating room. And I'm saying to James, she just knows how to breathe. She just learned how to breathe at 12 days old. Oh my gosh, she's not going to breathe. And I was just, oh my gosh, I can remember that like yesterday. I was just crying, like, oh, I don't want her to take my baby. It was bad. Oh, I love seafood too. Seafood, anything that swims, I like better than what walks on the earth. I'm just going to tell you. But you've never felt more helpless in your life. It's when something happens to your child and you can't fix it. That was the hardest thing to go through. Now, if something happens to me, I'm like, okay, I'd rather happen to me than my child. But when that was going on with Taylor and I couldn't fix it, oh, I was in a bad way. And I was under so much stress that I got fever blisters all over my lip because anytime I was under a lot of stress, I would just get fever blisters. I did that my whole entire life. Well, while I was at the hospital, I had one fever blister here, one here, maybe one. I mean, I just had them. So we go into the nursery to hold Taylor. And again, the nurse looks at James like I wasn't even there and says, she's not going to be able to hold the baby. And of course, I'm like, uh, no, you wrong. I am going to hold my baby. And James is like, why? What's wrong? And she said, she has fever blisters. And y'all know that's a virus. I just bust out crying. I'm like, no, I'm holding my baby. I'm holding my baby. I mean, I just bust out crying. She says, okay, well, we'll put a mask on you and then we'll let you hold her. I'm like, okay, now you're thinking outside the box because I'm going to hold my baby. So they gave me a mask, tears just rolling down my face. I'm crying because they're telling me I'm not going to be able to hold her, which I wouldn't want anything to happen to her, but I was wanting my child, you know? So they let me hold her for a little while. Angie, no big difference between a hot dog and a corn dog, but probably worse because it's fried. Yeah, agreed. Only thing gluten free in my house are gummies. Yeah, Gluten-free and dairy-free ice cream cone. Love them. Hey, Terry. Welcome in. You had a good auction over at Johnny's today. You have some nice shirts. I love those tie-dyed shirts. I got two of them. I don't know if you saw that or not, but um, you had some nice tie-dye shirts. Welcome in, my friend. Unique's by the Creek. Y'all need to go over to her channel. She does a morning devotion. It's probably about a minute long. I don't even know if it's a minute. And she posts it on her channel every morning. I love it. I listen to it every morning. I love it. Gluten and dairy causes me terrible stomach pain. Oh my goodness. Do you read they wanted me to do you believe they wanted me to unplug the machine? Has to check on my kids. They're outside. No. No. I cannot even imagine that. No. 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 Hey Lee. I'm just right next door. I saw you on, so I've subscribed to your channel. I'm Lee. I live 2025. I have my own YouTube channel and too, and I love it. I live 2025. Lee Cole. You live in my area? You live right next door? Welcome in. Got one of my close neighbors. Everybody speaking. Nice to meet you. You have to tell me where you live. Have you had your YouTube channel very long? Oh, well, Johnny was talking about lobster on his channel today. I had a bad experience with lobster. I had a bad experience. Now I love shrimp, snow crab legs, oh, and I love fish. And the fish I like, a lot of people don't like the fish I like, which I like redfish and but I love catfish. And see, a lot of people will not eat catfish because they think it's a bottom feeder. And I like it fried. That's the thing here in the South. Fried catfish is the thing. But it has to be thin. But I had a bad experience with lobster. They overcooked it and it tastes like chewing on a, those erasers you get in school that you erase, those large erasers you put on your pencil and you erase when you make a mistake. It felt like chewing on one of those, like it was real rubbery. And I hadn't got past that. It was the texture of the lobster. I couldn't eat it. So I've never went back to see if I could really adjust to eating lobster. Now, I will eat crawfish, but they're not my favorite. Crawfish is not. Crab legs is my favorite, and then boiled shrimp, fried shrimp. I like that. Oh, good, Terry. I'm glad you got it. I can't wait to get my shirts. I'll eat blackened catfish. I will. I'll eat that. I'll eat that. Um, but I really like fried. Of course I do. Who in the South does not want everything fried? We want it's not even good for you. Which, come to think of it, James and I don't eat a lot of fried food since the children are not here. If he gets fried chicken, he has to be with the guys at work. Now I can fry chicken like you wouldn't believe. The kids want me to fry it all the time, and he always tells Taylor, "Oh, a number one's coming into town this weekend. We'll get fried chicken." They call Matt number one because they think I favor him over them. And they always have this thing between them that they look at each other and, oh, number one will be here this weekend. She'll cook anything number one wants, which is true. I do, but I would cook anything Taylor wanted. They love my fried chicken, my broccoli and cheese casserole I make. They love my fried pork chops. But James doesn't get all that stuff unless it's if the children want it. I know that sounds bad. But I'm just glad I didn't listen to the doctors. I wouldn't have had my beautiful daughter and beautiful grandkids. I know, Melinda. I know. You that was an answered prayer, and you went with what you felt like you needed, your own conviction. You are absolutely right. Oh, that just gave me chills. I just got chills all over me. Oh, Alaskan king crab. Oh, I love that. But it hurts your hands when you try to put your hands on them and to crack them. Bye, everyone. I need to get ready for my auction today. The first time auction with, oh, I'll be over there when I get off my live, Josie. Oh, you hate pepper, which it takes you a lot of years to digest pepper. But we use white pepper here a lot. We use white pepper here. Yeah, when you go through something like that with one of your children, the things that you thought were important, no, you realize what's important. You realize what's important. Oh, that's the thing about life. I look back at my 30s and my 40s and I think about what used to upset me. And now that I'll be 58 this month, I look back and think, Angie, you were so dumb for letting that upset you. That was the craziest thing for you to be upset about. Look at the time you wasted, and this is me talking to myself. Look at the time you wasted worried over that or upset over that, and it doesn't even matter. I do, and if I was to think back at my 20s, I would probably laugh at myself for worrying about stuff that I worried about in my 20s. Because I look at Taylor now and she worries about stuff, and I tell her, Taylor, chill out, honey. Don't worry about that. Just relax. Hey, Purple, how are you, dear? Glad to see you. I am so glad y'all decided to come spend the afternoon with me. Welcome in. Purple, are you doing okay, honey? Are you doing okay? I hope everything's going well for you now. I've been praying for you. Purple has had a little, well, I wouldn't say it was little, but she had something to go on back months ago, and she's having to still live it, I think, some. And, when people go through things and you find out about it, if you're a Christian, you just want everything to be okay for that person, you know. And I've thought about Purple a lot and what happened. And of course, it's her story to tell. I won't say anything about it, but um, that's why I say you don't know people's journey. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what they've been through, you know. So that's why I don't understand why people have to be ugly on YouTube, because you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know where their heart is, where their mind is, and why some people just want to just be plain out mean. Just wake up in the mornings and just be, I think I'm going to be ugly today on YouTube. I think I'm going to act crazy on YouTube today and talk about everybody. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's silly. Lord, don't even try to start drama. That is crazy. And a lot of people don't understand this. There are just some mean people in the world. I mean, other people don't want to believe it, but yeah, they're just mean. Everybody speaking to purple. Yeah, one day at a time, honey. I know you will, purple. I know you will. I can't imagine, honey. And I'm not saying anything about your age, but at my age, it would be hard. I mean, but if you live, if any of us, and I know we probably have the ones that are in here, we've lived long enough that we went through some tragedy, some event, some heartache, some sadness. We've lived long enough to see it. If you haven't, oh my goodness, you have been protected. I mean, all of us have dealt with sickness, death of a loved one, um, maybe divorce, or a child that's, you know, done something that we weren't proud of. We've been through something, and a lot of us don't want to talk about it. I really respect the people that do share and talk about what they're going through. A lot of people can't talk about it. Oh, from fear of judgment, a fear that they think that nobody else has been through what they have went through. Well, I'm here to tell you there's nothing new under the sun. So anything you're dealing with, I'm pretty sure somebody else has dealt with in the world. Pretty sure. Um you're not you're older than I am, Purple, but you're not that old. I think I know how old you are. Yeah, but you are older than I am. But nobody wants to go through that at any age. But I'm so glad y'all are here, and y'all know I love y'all, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. So don't forget, let me give you a few reminders because I usually just try to stay on a couple of hours. Keeping It Real is on my channel Sunday afternoon, 4 Central, 5 Eastern. Me too, Purple. Me too. Me too, darling. Um, The Calm Before the Storm is on Josie's channel tomorrow, 4 Pacific. She's in California. So she's 2 hours behind me. So it's going to be 4 her time and 6 my time, 6 Central. So I don't know if Claudette's dropped everybody's link. You're welcome to drop your link before I call it an afternoon. If you got something going on your channel, make sure that you let us know that you got something going on so everybody in the chat can know to go over to your channel. I know you did. Claudette, she's the best. Y'all don't try to take her from me. Claudette, she's mine. She's my girl. But I will share her. I will share her. I'll be nice. I will get these gifts out to the people that won gifts. Don't forget to send me your address. And I'll be putting out more videos, little short videos, and I'll do a neighborhood. I got my neighborhood chat video out early this week. But anyway, I'll tell you one more time. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see y'all next week if the Lord's willing and the creek doesn't rise. Bye.